Stepping away, often seen as a signal of surrender or disinterest, is actually a potent strategy for safeguarding your well-being, maintaining self-respect, and preserving autonomy. Have you ever found yourself stuck in the routine of consistently putting others' needs and wishes ahead of your own, sometimes at the expense of your own happiness? It's a frustrating situation, right? Well, you're in the right place. In this exploration, we'll unveil the dynamics behind such behavior and discover how a simple yet impactful act like walking away can set you free. In the coming moments, we'll delve into the two critical aspects of walking away and how they can significantly reshape our connections with ourselves and others, leading to a more genuine and satisfying life. But before we get there, let's learn how to identify negative influences in our lives, comprehend the reasons behind them, and understand why breaking free can be a challenge. Within the complex tapestry of our lives, toxic elements subtly weave their threads, often escaping our notice until our well-being starts unraveling. It could be that draining friend, leaving us feeling undervalued, or the workplace filled with office politics, creating an atmosphere of distrust and anxiety. These toxic elements, like elusive shadows, cast a veil over our lives so subtly that we might not realize their presence until the light within us has dimmed significantly. Now, let's take a closer look at the nature of toxic people. They are often adept at emotional manipulation, skillfully twisting words and situations to their advantage. Instead of shouting criticisms, they whisper them, leaving lingering and deep scars. They make us doubt our worth, using guilt as a leash to keep us tethered and controlled. Their toxicity may not always be overt, it often lies in the unsaid, and the implied, and the subtle ways they undermine our confidence and happiness. But why do these individuals behave this way? Often, toxic people are motivated by their insecurities and fears. They may feel a need to control others to assert their own sense of worth. Despite being harmful to others, their actions are misguided attempts to cope with their internal struggles. They might not even be aware of the negative impact of their behavior, deeply entrenched as they are in their patterns of manipulation and control. And what about toxic environments? Picture a family setting where every accomplishment is met with skepticism rather than celebration. Or a workplace that stifles creativity and enthusiasm, where the fear of making mistakes overshadows the joy of achievement. These environments emerge when negative behaviors and attitudes become the norm, often fueled by a culture that values competition over collaboration, criticism over support, and conformity over individuality. In these spaces, negativity festers and grows, gradually eroding our authentic selves. Recognizing these subtleties involves tuning into your inner voice, listening to that faint whisper saying, "This doesn't feel right." Do you consistently feel diminished, anxious, or unfulfilled in certain relationships or settings? If your energy is consistently drained, and you find yourself more sad than happy, more defeated than uplifted, these are silent alarms signaling the presence of toxicity in your life. However, awareness is just the beginning, leading us to the crucial question: why is it often challenging to break free from these detrimental patterns? The struggle to break free is like navigating through the maze of our emotions and experiences, with one difficult question persisting: why is it so tough to break free from the clutches of toxic environments and relationships? The answer is intricate, rooted in a mix of emotional and psychological factors. But four major reasons often keep us stuck in these harmful cycles. Firstly, fear plays a powerful role in our lives. It's not the trembling fear you can visibly see, but a more insidious kind. It's the fear that whispers, "What if things get worse if I leave?" or "What if I'm alone forever?" This fear, often masked as rationalization, keeps us anchored to the familiar, even if it's harmful, because the unknown seems even more daunting. Next, there's the enticing glimmer of hope that keeps us tethered. While hope is inherently positive, it can become a double-edged sword in toxic situations. We cling to the hope for change, improvement, or a return to better times, often overlooking the repeated patterns of hurt and disappointment. Additionally, the struggle is compounded by a loss of identity. In toxic relationships or environments, we often mold ourselves to fit others' expectations, gradually losing sight of who we are and what we truly want. This loss of self makes it challenging to envision a life outside the current toxic scenario, as we've become so entwined with it that leaving feels like abandoning a part of ourselves. Lastly, our deep-seated need for acceptance and belonging cannot be overlooked. It's a fundamental human desire to feel connected and valued. In toxic settings, this need can transform into a relentless quest for approval, often from those least willing to offer it genuinely. We find ourselves changing, adapting, and losing parts of our identity to fit into a mold that was never meant for us. Understanding these emotional entanglements is the first step towards empowerment. But the real journey begins when we learn to recognize these patterns, assert ourselves, and take decisive steps towards a life that reflects our true worth and aspirations. Before we move forward, a humble request: if this message resonates with you, we would be honored if you liked it and subscribed to the channel. Additionally, share your experiences in the comments if you've faced similar situations in your life and how you overcame them. Now, let's explore the power of walking away. Nothing truly stops you, nothing truly holds you back, because your will is always within your control. Sickness may challenge your body, but you are not merely your body. Lament may impede your legs, but you are not merely your legs. Your will is bigger than your legs. Your will needn't be affected by an incident unless you let it. As Epictetus said, your past and current circumstances don't have to dictate your future unless you allow them to. There comes a pivotal moment when we realize that walking away isn't an act of defeat, but a courageous step towards self-respect. It's about understanding that our well-being and peace of mind are far more valuable than any situation that continually diminishes us. It begins with a chapter of our life that many of us hesitate to write, the chapter where we gather the strength to say no. This simple word, often laden with anxiety and guilt, holds immense power that we frequently underestimate. Saying no is not just a verbal expression, it's a declaration of self-worth, a firm line drawn in the sand of our personal boundaries. Delving deeper into the profound strength of saying no, imagine a familiar scenario. A friend asks for yet another favor, one that requires your time and energy, resources that are already stretched thin. The old you might have said yes, prioritizing their needs over your own. But this time, something is different. This time, you pause, reflect, and with respectful but firm resolve, you say no. This no echoes your self-respect. It's a statement that you value your time and energy, an acknowledgement that, while you care for others, you also prioritize yourself. This no might disappoint some or anger others, but those who truly value and respect you will understand and accept it. Saying no can be particularly challenging in environments where compliance and pleasing others are the norm. But with each uttered no, we chip away at old patterns of self-neglect. We begin to build a new narrative where our choices reflect our true desires and values. Each no is a stepping stone toward a life where we are no longer passive participants, but active directors of our story. It's a journey of reclaiming our agency, where each no adds to our strength, carving out a path leading to a more authentic, more fulfilling life. Rediscovering purpose and direction is the second crucial part of walking away. As we embrace the power of our no, a new space opens up for rediscovery. It's here that we find the courage to ask ourselves the most fundamental questions. What is my purpose? What direction do I want my life to take? This journey of rediscovery goes beyond setting goals. It's about aligning our actions with the deepest truths of who we are. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast open field, representing your life, filled with endless possibilities and paths. Reflect on the times you've walked paths chosen by others, veering away from your true desires and dreams. Now is the time to choose your own path, one that resonates with your deepest aspirations and values. Rediscovering your purpose and direction is a gradual process of introspection and exploration. It starts with reconnecting with your passions, those activities that make your eyes light up and your heart beat faster. It's about listening to your inner voice, the one that's been drowned out by others' expectations and demands. What makes you lose track of time? What ignites a fire within you? These are the signposts of your purpose, the markers on your map to a fulfilling life. This newfound space is an opportunity to set intentions that guide your decisions and actions. It's about creating a vision for your life that excites you, reflecting who you are and who you aspire to be. Whether you're pursuing a long-held dream, changing careers, or dedicating yourself to a cause close to your heart, these intentions become your compass, guiding you through life's challenges and uncertainties. When others notice your commitment to personal goals, they recognize the value you place on your time. This commitment conveys to those around you that your boundaries are to be respected and that your time is precious, not merely available for their use. Having a clear sense of direction empowers you to walk away from situations where your boundaries are violated or where you are subjected to abuse. This clarity helps reduce the temptation to engage in needy approval-seeking behaviors. Firmly tethered to your own path, you naturally care less about the affairs of others and focus more on your journey. Walking away from abusive people and destructive environments is not just an escape, it's a bold statement of self-empowerment. It shows the world that you are the decision-maker in your life. Adopting this stance, especially in professional or negotiation scenarios, conveys that you have abundance in your life and your engagement is from a position of strength and choice, not desperation. This approach signals contentment and completeness in oneself, regardless of external circumstances. As you walk away and move forward, remember this: you now have full control of your life and are self-assured in your own abilities to live, to love, and to thrive. You embrace the abundance mindset where external factors no longer dictate your internal state. Know that it's okay to reassess and adjust your boundaries as you grow and evolve. Embrace the future with an open heart, knowing that you are now better equipped to create a fulfilling, authentic life where your choices reflect your true self and where your well-being is cherished. As you continue on this journey, you might be interested in shedding tendencies that could weaken your resolve and hinder your success. We cover some of this in this video.